Hello, welcome to the State of Waste for February 20th, 2022. We had the February 15th cutoff this week for bills to pass from the House to the Senate or the Senate to the House, so we've had some movement of a few things. Not as many bills going through. Again, this is the non budget year, so it's usually a little bit lighter than other years. And looking at the capital budget proposals are starting to come out. I saw the one for the Senate today, the House one's supposed to be posted tomorrow. So we'll see what kinds of things go in there. Also, if you were not aware, March 21st, the governor did announce that March 21st will be the lift of the indoor mask mandate. And for schools, it'll be left up for local decision making. And at our district, we got a note from our superintendent that the mask would be optional for everybody. So pay attention to what's going on in your local districts for that one. Okay, so scheduled for hearings. House Bill 1617, the school calendar holidays. This is in the Senate and it had already gone through public hearing and is scheduled for executive session this week. Senate Bill 5498, posthumous high school diplomas. That is gone through public hearing in the House Education Committee and is scheduled for executive session this week as well. House Bill 1834, the school attendance, also passed in the K 12 public testimony phase and is moving on to executive session. And then House Bill 1611, adding equity to the highly capable program, that did have the public hearing but has not yet been scheduled for executive session in the Senate K 12 Education Committee. And then Senate Bill 5594, bone marrow awareness, that one has passed out of the public hearing phase and into executive session in the House Education Committee. So those are just sitting in committees. There should be a lot going on this week for those. 1162 graduation requirements. This is one that had not passed as of last week, but did pass out of the House chamber with a vote of 77 to 21, and that is currently scheduled for public hearing in the Senate K 12 and Early Learning and Education Committee. There was a lot of interesting conversations about that, so I did a little more looking into the bill itself. It added some components. It just adds a lot of paperwork for district offices and schools to verify why they're doing what they're doing as far as the new performance exhibition. It still does have the math issue where students can take algebra 1 or and geometry, or they can do two CT equivalent courses. I think there's just a lot of room for error with that, a lot of room for moving things around. So it should be interesting to see how that plays out and how many students actually use that pathway moving forward. Two bills that didn't go anywhere as far as committees go. The cost of college in the classroom is in the Ways and Means Committee. That never did move out of committee. And then House Bill 1601, the homelessness pilot, did not move out of the House Appropriations Committee. Since there are budget implications for these, they can be reinstated at any time and they can just be passed as part of the budget passing process. So it doesn't mean that they're dead yet, but they are not going to be moving out of that committee unless it happens with the budget. Okay, the school employee housing, Senate Bill 5043, that got immediately, when the session started, got moved into the Rules Committee for the Senate, but it just got placed in the X file this week, which means they are no longer to be considering it. It still is a bill. Something could happen, but the probability of that is really, really small. Also, House Joint Resolution 4200, which is kind of a companion bill with House Bill 1226, the school bonds passing rate did not move anywhere. That is still in the House Capital Budget Committee, and both of those had a lot of conversations around them, but no executive action was taken. So that will be kind of interesting. The big concern for that is that the legislature should not just get to determine that; it should go to the voters. And there's a lot of just concerns about moving that from 60 to 50 and what it might mean for taxpayers right now. That kind of sums up the week. Again, just not a lot going on, very few education bills that are really impacting the classroom like that. So if you do have any questions, let me know. Have a good week.